Well, we're planting this area as a continuation of the fence that we put in about 4 years ago, trying to reintroduce the foredune. Area was badly eroded from vehicle intrusion. The fence was put in then to stop that vehicle intrusion. The foredune was then created by the plants, which we put in about 3-4 years ago, and then we're just following up and filling in the swale behind.
How many Edith Cowan students did you expect out here today?
Well, you told me there was going to be one. Turned out, and then it was going to be 4, and then it turned out to be 10, and we've got 400 plants going in, and they should be all done in about 1 hour.
Dale's one of the bright-eyed and bushy-tailed ECU students here this morning. Dale, why are you out here today volunteering?
I thought it would help the environment, and I didn't like the thought of the plants going to waste, and doing something for the beach to help it out.
Why did you think the plants would go to waste?
Because if no one volunteered to put them in dunes, they would all die. It's part of our S&E unit. It wasn't compulsory to come out today, but I just thought it would help with the unit.
And another one of our students here today is Naomi. Naomi, why have you volunteered to come out to Myalup today?
Well, you gave such a great presentation at our lecture last Tuesday, and they got me with, the plants might die if we don't put them in, so being an environmentalist at heart, I just thought I'd come out.
How does this fit in with what you're doing at ECU?
This part doesn't actually really fit in with our studies, it's just more being a good citizen and trying to help out.
And Tegan, why are you here today?
It started off as a university project, a active citizens project, but now we have developed a passion for beach rehabilitation, so it's like an addiction, we can't stop now.
Tegan, how does this fit in with what you're doing at ECU?
We're learning about sustainability and sustainability of the environment, so our active citizen projects are focused on helping make a sustainable future for students.
Last week we were out at Peppermint Grove Beach and we got rained out at the end of a very busy day, and now she's turned up again here at Myalup. So Caitlin, why are you volunteering today?
Well, Chris, basically it started out as a university project, but we had a pretty good time going out and planting trees, and just getting out of the classroom and doing something is really rewarding, and it also enforces stuff that we're doing at uni.
And here we have Ella, who was going to be the only young lady that we expected today. We thought we'd have a planting party for one, and we've actually got 10 young women here from ECU. So, Ella, why were you going to come here today?
Well, it started out, I'm doing a soci unit at uni, and I thought it was just a great opportunity to get involved, do something, make a bit of a difference.
Or have you done any of this sort of volunteering before?
No, never done any volunteering, but I love getting outdoors and I love the beach, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to get involved.
Do you think you might get your students when you're actually out teaching to do this sort of thing?
Definitely, I can see how this would relate to the curriculum framework and all the SOS learning area outcomes. It's great hands-on activity which I think they'd really benefit from.
Hayley's doing a surf science degree, so how does this fit into what you're doing back at ECU, Hayley?
Well, we learn about coastal zone management and obviously dunes and their plants are a big part of that, so it's all about preservation for the futures to come.
So this morning we're out here with Mark Kennedy and he's showing the ECU students the 100-acre wood, and I think next week we're going to be down here doing some planting with TAFE students. What's special about this area?
We're looking at a big dune blowout. 10 years ago was totally bare, and now, as you can see, gasps of amazement, it's all covered in plants, and mature plants at that.
So who put these in?
These were put in by the Myalup residents and Green Corps teams, and over the years all sorts of different people have been involved. 10 years ago this was a massive blowout here. Where we parked the cars was, a metre of sand, and that wall and the road wasn't bitumen then, it was just a gravel track. And everyone who lived in this valley back up here, their gutters would be full of sand 3 times a year. And then what the Shire did is they created this ridge. So they basically just pushed the sand up, and then we planted the marram grass, which is all here in front of us, which is now dead. And then we started planting in amongst the marram. And marram being an introduced weed, you're not allowed to use it for dune rehabilitation because it's introduced, it's not native. Sort of methodology was that you plant the native species in amongst it, and it traps the sand. So in that first 6 months after the marram was planted, all the gutters up the road, they didn't have any sand in them at all. And within a year, the marram had held the sand, and then within about 3 years, all this other vegetation